Hi, welcome. On this video, I wanted to respond by way of another, what I call Monty Gate um, video put out by Robert Hines. Again, his dog Monty pictured here. And this video title is Monty Overcoming Negative Reinforcement because he trusts me, he needs to choose, okay, to overcome fear. And this is again this whole thing about talk about reactivity, and this is where going into dogs with trainers, okay, dogs that are stressed out, reactive, and interesting. Again, you just go into this Kevin Murdoch situation, very similar with this whole off leash counterfeit picture that these trainers are marketing, portraying these dogs as, they're helper dogs. The dogs are, supposedly, balanced. And the video content they're putting out appears to show dogs that are, balanced at certain points of how they edit their videos during their kind of off leash, loose leash, walk alongs. But the reality oftentimes is far different. And again, talk about, the ability to be able to reveal the truth by way at the social level. Again, this is where you attach, you connect to a leash, and the truth gets revealed. Okay, as a dog is brought under intentional control, as dog understands again your intent. Okay, through how you're expressing control under the framework of what's reasonable. Okay, understand that it's just like having a conversation, okay, the right conversation with the dog. Understand the truth gets revealed through that. And then you can just connect the dots and you'll see, okay, that in fact, the kind of, I call it shim sham operation with these trainers who are just, putting forward a false image of nature, a false image of the relationship. You're playing off of appearances, and this happens all the time. This is why, again, when you watch dogs moving around off leash for treats, for certain motivating agents, it's a cautionary tale. Okay, you cannot trust appearances that way. By way, again, how the dog perceives you in the relationship. So here you have a situation with Monty where Hines has gone on to, and you can go watch the videos. I put out the videos where he's admitted that Monty is a stressed, reactive dog. And then suddenly, I guess after he kind of considers the fact that he needs to portray Monty as his show dog, saying that, oh, Monty's fine. And guess what he shows to, try to prop up this fake image? Well, certain moments of Monty being off leash, going to the dog park. And again, appearances. Monty looks fine sometimes, right? Off leash. Just like the whole Kevin Murdoch situation. If you watch that whole thing play, it played out for months with Murdoch trying to pass Grey Goose off as as his balanced helper dog. And that certainly wasn't the case, especially again, we watched the whole video series to go back and watch leading up to the moment where the truth gets revealed. Okay. Grey Goose, on the leash the right way, again, in terms of revealing the truth. And then suddenly, Murdoch admitting things that he didn't admit before about the issues related to Grey Goose. But here's the interesting thing. Again, before I play this video, okay, well, you see a stressed dog, going along this little bridge area. The interesting thing is, again, I talk about the objection points, okay, the points when trainers watch my videos where you see certain responses and reactions on the leash the right way, where they go crazy. Okay, they try to package up certain moments of of challenge and reactivity as abuse, violence, choking dogs. You hear all the same kind of Zach George language that trainers like Hines and Murdoch and all these other trainers out there, but without any sort of context. And so those objection points that they're go crazy about are the points that they can't work through a relationship problem with their own dogs. Okay, they're unable to reconcile the response to the relationship the right way, and then through their approach, okay, where it does not reconcile the core ingredients, okay, through a intentional interaction based method, they're left with dogs that are continue to be stressed out and reactive. Understand this is how the game is played. And so again, when you watch my videos, you watch the whole, say, 14 days of a board and train, okay, beyond certain moments initially, you'll see it. You'll see the relationship get better and better and better, the stress come off the dog. And again, I show a clear picture of change. These trainers, they don't do that. Okay. It's a shim sham operation with what they choose to show and not show. And just like Murdoch took down some videos where he's in a speed wobble with dogs, where again they kind of pick and choose and edit and what they want to show. But when they get kind of busted on video and called out, well, there you go. So here, okay, you have a situation I call it Monty Gate because it's the same type of situation um, where Hines is playing the same game with his dog. So here, let's play some of this. It says Monty overcoming negative reinforcement. So he equates everything to behavioralism. He basically dumbs everything down and tries to, diminish or remove the most important part of the social aspect, okay, of this connection between dogs and humans by way of how a dog's decision-making process is influenced and governed, how that aligns in and through, okay, a interaction-based method. Okay, I talk about the how that aligns through a leash, okay, through not just leadership, but intentional control, influence to work beyond, okay, work through reactivity, take the stress off the dog, okay. But here, that's not how Hines does it. So here, let's play some of this because now he just sees things as dogs, in terms of dogs having free will, having a choice. He doesn't believe in free will, regardless. But understand that it's contradictory. He's all over the place here, in terms of choices and all this stuff. So let's play some of his video here with his reactive, shaky dog. So here, right here, you see Monty is like uncertain because Hines isn't about leadership. Okay, he isn't out here taking control to help Monty work through this type of situation. Okay, the dog is left out on his own here and already stressed out. Okay, it's not a good type of relationship going on here. In terms of leadership, in terms of the ability to actually move through anything. You're looking around.
Come on, let's go.
And so here, the same thing. So this is the off-leash part of it, right? And so you hear Hines as he moves out front, basically begging, okay, Monty to please come. It's that type of talk about that type of emotional, permissive, type of negotiation. I talk about the themes in the dog training world: bribery, accommodation, negotiation. Okay, those are the themes that typically are in play with a lot of these trainers. But it's not about leadership. It's not about helping a dog move through a relationship problem the right way. This is all the dog kind of holding the bag, so to speak. Okay, to move through things. Now, understand when I talk about the motivator. Okay, in terms of when you see Monty here, moving along somewhat, still stressed, okay, still reactive, moving along. It's merely based on the attachment part. Okay, understand that even when a dog is reactive and stressed out, and there's a lack of leadership and proper guidance that way, okay, there's still attachment. Okay, still connection. This is why I talk about the service dog training industry being a complete train wreck with dogs that are connected and attached, but reactive. Okay, they can't perform specific tasks because it requires the type of focus that hasn't been generated through perceptive dogs aligning the right way to begin with. Okay, at the social level. So these dogs, what you're left with is the dogs that are still stressed out, connected. So they'll still kind of somewhat move through things, but never fixed. And you see the same thing here. See, Monty's like left. Here's Hines moving ahead here. It's like begging Monty to come along here. This dog is reactive and stressed.
Come on.
Like, please come. And he sees it as a good thing. As the dog's got the ability to choose or decide. Well, here's the thing: is I talk about this whole thing about the parenting example, free will and choice. When a child becomes very very selfish, what's the context of free will and choice within the parameters of at the social level, in terms of your parental role? I mean, is it a learning based exercise and you just engage in using treats and certain motivators? No. Or is it about you engaging, right, in terms of your role, in terms of parental influence being in the child's airspace a certain way, right, to start to advocate properly. So here, though, he's still applying a motivate through the relationship. He's begging, okay, permissively, he's begging Monty to move forward. So he's still applying a motivator here by way of what's already been established in the relationship the wrong way.
Monty, come on, buddy.
See,
Come on, you can do it.
you can do it.
I got your back, buddy.
I got your back. Yeah, right. So see, yeah, Monty is moving, right? But this isn't about right relationship.
I got your back. Come on, let's go.
And this dog's shaking and stressed. It's right here. You can see the stress on this dog, and it never goes away. Okay, so here he's trying to profile this as, oh, this is how you do it. But understand the stress never ever leaves the dog. Okay, understand that. Yeah, you may move through a situation somewhat, but it doesn't resolve anything. This dog is like, you just look at this dog's, look at the dog's body reaction language. This dog is stressed out.
I got your back, buddy.
So there you go. So again, my encouragement is when you watch trainers like this, it's never about actually truly resolving a relationship problem, because the very things I talk about, influence and control at the social level, they're never reconciled. Okay, it's not through proper relationship connection that way. This is why, again, when I talk about one of the challenges, I tell Heinz, well, put Monty on a leash and let's see Monty's reaction. Monty would twist and turn and go crazy. Okay, but this dog is stressed. This dog is, again, it's about control, right? It's not good for the dog. This dog is not in a good place with his owner, period. And this guy's a trainer. So again, understand that these trainers he's trying to prop this up as some sort of way forward. There isn't a way forward because the relationship itself never resolves. Understand, this isn't a fixable situation. That it is fixable, but not through someone like Robert Hines advocating this permissive kind of leave the dog, holding the bag type of thing. It's a very twisted view of the relationship itself. Thanks for watching.